If you look at the long history of white violence against black and other non-white people in the United States, the rampage through the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, 100 years ago today stands out for its brutality. A chance encounter between a young black man and a young white woman operating the elevator in a 4-story building led to a charge of rape. As rumors whirled and a local newspaper fanned passions, a confrontation outside the courthouse spiraled within hours into a mass attack by a white mob on the segregated black community. More than 300 people, nearly all of them black, were killed as the mob looted and burned 35 square blocks of mostly black-owned homes and businesses. Black Wall Street, it was called. Incredibly, some 5,000 black people also were rounded up and held en masse at an outdoor sports field in protective detention for weeks, many not being released unless a white Tulsan vouched for them. The scope of the violence, the damage and the deaths in Tulsa stand as a singular moment of national embarrassment, of a radically extreme display of white supremacy. But in truth it was just one of countless spasms of hate. It is of a piece with our founding practice of race-based slavery, with the 1863 riots, most infamously in New York City, in which newly draft-eligible white men rampaged through black communities, with thousands of lynchings that were, in effect, mob attacks by white perpetrators against individual black victims, Tulsa writ small, and with the ongoing deplorable levels of police killing often unarmed black Americans such as George Floyd just over a year ago. Because slavery drove the young United States economy, from the cotton and other farm fields of the Deep South to the Wall Street firms and other banks that financed them to the New England textile mills that bought the cotton to the seagoing merchants on the East Coast who trafficked in human chattel. Our most overt displays of white supremacy historically have targeted Africans and African descendants. And it hasn't just been violence for violence's sake. It was to send a clear and brutal message. Stay in your place, don't aspire, don't think you are the equal of white people. It was, in fact, white society saying, we not only don't see you as equals, but we won't let you build anything of your own, either. You can't have a black Wall Street. You can't have intergenerational wealth. That is reserved for us. Of course, black Americans are by no means the nation's only victims of white violence. Here in Los Angeles, a white mob descended on Chinatown in 1871 after a shootout between two rival Chinese groups that killed a white saloon owner and wounded a police officer. The mob lynched 18 Chinese people, only one of whom may have been involved in the original gunfight. Countless Native Americans were slaughtered in sporadic massacres, often by U.S.